Science Center. I'm from our member relations team, and I am here with Madison. Madison is our lead animal keeper in our NatureWorks exhibit here at Orlando Science Center. And Madison has a special guest with her today. This is Raja. He was voted on for this Q&A by our Facebook member community. So if you're not already a member of that, definitely check that out so that you can participate the next time. But Madison, thanks for being here today.
You're very welcome. It's nice to see you all.
Awesome. How long have you worked here at Orlando Science Center?
I've been at the Science Center a little over 3 years now, and the whole 3 years has been on the animal care team.
Wow, that's awesome. And what kind of educational background do you need to be part of the animal care team here at the Science Center?
Good question. So I went to a 4-year school for biology, but some of our team members have extra degrees in theater because we actually talk to the public quite a bit and teach them about animals. Some of them pursue things like chemistry or wildlife biology, so anything that emphasizes life sciences or working with people is a good degree to pursue.
That's awesome. That's great. So we do have some questions coming in from all of you watching at home. If you have questions still to come, take a look in the event. There's a little link where you can post some questions, or if you want to drop them in the comments, we'll try and get to as many as we can here today. But we do need to be respectful of Raja's time as well. So the first question that we have, Madison, is from Emma. Emma is 10. She would like to know what Raja's favorite food is. She's guessing collards or mustard greens, but I do know that that's not right.
Well, he does like to eat collard greens and mustard greens and turnip greens, all different types of salads. He eats his salads, but his favorite food would be cockroaches. Yummy.
Not something I tend to like to eat for lunch.
Yeah, so he's an omnivore just like us. That means he can digest meat and he can digest plants. So 3 days a week he gets a salad with all different types of greens or fruits and veggies, and then the other 3 days he gets different bugs, but cockroaches are definitely his favorite.
Wow. And then we have Austin, Abby, and Hunter are asking about snacks. So are bearded dragons kind of like us? Do they eat meals and then snacks in between?
So you can give them different snacks. Things like mealworms are little baby beetles, something that they really like, but it's not something that they should have too much, just like a treat for us. So they have their favorite foods that they get occasionally as well.
He's going for a little crawl around.
He's just hanging out.
Jungle gym today. Mason is 4, and he is interested to know if Raja hiccups.
If he hiccups, that's a great question. You know, I've never heard him hiccup before. I'm not sure if bearded dragons can. That would be something awesome to look up.
I wonder if we would even hear it. He's so small.
He's very small.
Probably wouldn't make too much of a noise. Great questions, guys. All right, Kanan is 5, and he wants to know where bearded dragons live in the wild.
Very good question. So as you can see, Raja is a nice tan color, and that helps him to camouflage or hide in the sand. So these animals are actually from the deserts in Australia. It's the only place you can find them naturally in the wild.
That's awesome. So how did Raja come to be here at the Orlando Science Center?
Good question. So Raja, like a lot of our pets, a lot of our animals at the Science Center, excuse me, they used to be pets in somebody's home. And when you get these guys at the pet store, they start really, really small. They're very cute to see at the pet store, but they can grow to be as big as Raja or even bigger. So sometimes people get these pets and they don't realize how many salads they have to make for them, how expensive they are, how hard they are to take care of, and they're not able to keep them anymore. So that's how we got Raja. He used to live in somebody's home, but now he has a permanent full-time home here at the Science Center.
That's awesome, and he seems very happy to be here. Luke is 7, and he is interested to know if bearded dragons can swim.
Bearded dragons can swim, so they don't really need to swim because they live out there in the deserts, of course, but there are some lizards who are very good at swimming. If you do come back to the Science Center, you can see our black and white Argentine tegu. He's really good at swimming. He can hold his breath for 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It's like a manatee.
That's amazing.
A lot longer than I can hold my breath.
Definitely. I know Kyle is at home, and he has a new puppy in his house that he's trying to get acclimated, and he's wondering what kind of things we do when we get new animals. How do we help them adjust to their surroundings?
Good question. Well, congratulations on your puppy, first of all. When the animals first come here, we want to introduce them to new things little by little. So the first day they come to the Science Center, we probably won't bring them to a field trip group or to a preschool. We start by introducing them to one person at a time. So there might be one person on staff they learn to get comfortable with, and when they learn to trust that person, if they see another person next to them, that trust is going to be extended. So we will gradually increase the number of people that they are around and bring them to each new place one at a time. On his first day, we wouldn't bring him around to every single building or every single room in the Science Center. That might get him a little bit overwhelmed. So just one little thing at a time, and make sure you have lots of treats each time you do something new. So if it's a bearded dragon, that's going to be cockroaches and mealworms. Maybe it would not work for your puppy though.
No, probably not. All right, Erica is 5. She would like to know what color Raja's beard is and how long can it grow?
Very good question. So they are called bearded dragons because they have all of these little spikes on their chin that kind of looks like a beard, but they're not made of hair because reptiles are not mammals. They cannot grow hair. They're just very sharp scales. So they can't grow terribly long, but they do change color. So his beard can turn all the way completely black if he wants to turn it that color, and that is so they can communicate or talk to other bearded dragons. He can also fill it up with air and puff it up really big, kind of like how a frog does with their throat.
Very interesting. All right, and another question coming in, how much does it cost to feed Raja?
So bearded dragons like this, because they need fresh produce, fruits and vegetables, and they need to eat live bugs, it can cost them at least $10 a week to feed a bearded dragon.
Oh, that's awesome. So if someone wanted to help out, buy Raja lunch for the week, $10 is all that would take. That's not too much.
Exactly.
Nice. All right, we have another one here. You already answered that about the beard. I'm going through these questions. We're getting to as many as we can. All right, we got Josh, Marisol, and Kyle. How sharp are Raja's claws?
Oh, good question. So Raja, because he just catches bugs with his tongue and with his mouth, he doesn't need sharp talons to catch his prey. So they are just sharp enough to be able to climb on things like logs and rocks so he can get away from predators or get toward his prey. So they're not terribly sharp.
So it's not hurting you right now to hold him. He's comfortable to hold.
Exactly. That's why a lot of people will get them as pets.
That's awesome. All right. What else do we have here?
Good questions, everybody.
These are good questions. Kim would like to know how you determine whether Raja is a boy or a girl.
Good question. So with a lot of lizards, the males will be bigger, and they also have some secondary characteristics that you can look for. So with animals like the Argentine black and white tegu, they have a much bigger beard area. That is how they attract the ladies. So that is why they want to have a nice big beard. That's something you can look for.
That's awesome. All right. And David is 6. Let me see. David is enjoying our question and answer session. All right, Charlotte is 7. She would like to know what bearded dragons do all day.
What do bearded dragons do all day? Good question. He pretty much does what a stuffed animal would do, which is lay around and stay still all day long, which is awesome if you're a reptile because they're cold-blooded. They don't like to burn a lot of energy. They don't like to run around like we do. They don't eat very much, so they don't need to burn a lot of energy. So he sits around a lot, but he does have a friend that he lives with. Her name is Gadget, and sometimes they will bask in the sun and lay on top of each other together, which is pretty cute.
Oh, that's cute. Does he get to socialize with any of the other residents of NatureWorks, or?
We do bring him around the Science Center sometimes and have him look at all the other animals that live here. Sometimes when we take him for walks outside, one of his little snake friends will join him and they can look at each other and smell each other and enjoy the sunshine together.
That's so cute. What's your favorite part of taking care of all of our animals here?
That's a good question. I think my favorite part of taking care of the animals would probably be sharing them with everybody, because a lot of the animals we have here are animals you might not get the opportunity to see anywhere else. Some of them are from South America or they're from Australia. So when you come see them at the Science Center, we hope that it will inspire you to protect and conserve the habitats where they live, even if it's not where you live.
That's awesome. And the Science Center is closed right now, but you and your team are coming in every day and making sure these animals are so well taken care of and that they're getting the love and everything that they need while everyone else is elsewhere. So
Absolutely. They eat every day, whether it's a weekend, whether we're open or whether we're closed. So someone's always here making sure they get the best care possible.
that's awesome. What's one more fun fact? Is there one more fun fact about bearded dragons that we should know?
I think the most surprising thing about them is that their spikes are not very spiky. If you feel them, they kind of feel like jello, and then they look a lot spikier than they are to help scare away other animals, because you don't really want to eat a spiky piece of pizza, right? So they look at him and they say, that's way too spiky. But they're not really that spiky. I think that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. If you guys have any more questions about Raja, about bearded dragons, or any of our other residents in NatureWorks, feel free to send us an email, send us a message on Facebook, and we will try to get those to Madison and get those answers for you guys. If you are not in our member Facebook community, definitely go ahead and join that, where we'll be posting different things while we're closed. So we look forward to seeing you there. We are really looking forward to welcoming everyone back soon. Closing words? Anything else?
Thank you for coming out to see Raja today.
Thank you, Raja, and thank you everyone for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.